Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I do appreciate it. Today's beer comes to Sierra Nevada Brewing. They're out in California. This is their Narwhal Imperial Stout. I've done this beer many times. I've done the bourbon barrel version, and I like that version a little better than the regular version like this. This is the 2018 edition, bottled on 10/18 of 18. About a year and a half old on this particular beer here. I do like a lot of stuff that Sierra Nevada does, this being one of them, but like I said earlier, I do like the barrel aged version a little bit better than this, and this is not the barrel aged version. This was sent to me by Mr. Fudge, so in the note he sent is Imperial Stout 10/18/18, and it is a 10.2 percenter. Fairly big beer. Final beer of the evening for me, guys. So looking forward to this. I haven't had one this fresh recently, so these beers sell very well, guys. They do. Everything that I've had, even the older ones, seems to sell very well. So if you got this or an older one, or if you're picking up fresh ones, you can drink them fresh. They're a little hotter fresh than they are cellared, in my opinion, but they are still very, very, very tasty. So with that being said, let's jump over to Untappd and see if they have any additional notes. Beer Advocate has them all listed, no matter what year it is, in the same category. And Untappd differentiates a lot of the times from different years, and they do have the 2018 edition listed. It has a newer style label than what I have reviewed before, so they have changed that, and they're saying it's 60 IBUs, 10.2%. Narwhal Imperial Stout is inspired by the mysterious creature that thrives in the deepest fathoms of the frigid Arctic Ocean. Featuring incredible depth of malt flavor, rich with notes of espresso, baker's cocoa, roasted grain, and light hint of smoke, Narwhal is a massive malt-forward monster. Drink responsibly, guys. Don't think you can go out and have one or two of these and drive somewhere. You will be looking at the end of a flashlight if you go through a road check or a DUI checkpoint. Don't want to see you get in trouble or hurt any innocent people. It says aggressive but refined with a velvety, smooth body and decadent finish. Narwhal will age in the bottle for years to come, and I would agree with that. It does. It does, guys. I mean, it seems to me it gets a little tastier with a little age on it. Gets more complex. Lets the beer work a little bit, depending on whether you're putting it in a room temperature closet or a cellar, or if you're putting it in the fridge, which stops that fermentation or anything else if it hadn't fermented all the way out. So let's see what the 2018 edition brings to the table here today, guys. I think I told you 60 IBUs on this beer. So let's get it open and pour it. Oh, big time hiss. Big time hiss. Very surprised with that on a 10.2. It may pour a monster head. I don't know. Let's go back down the center here on this one, guys. A little bit, yeah. But that was a super aggressive pour on that beer, guys. So a little over a finger of head on that pour. Very good looking beer, guys. Pitch black, dark as night, khaki colored head, real tight bubbles over the side of the glass. A little bit bigger bubbles on the top from that super aggressive pour. Very creamy looking beer. I am a big fan of their Narwhal stouts, whether it's a regular version like this or a barrel-aged, bourbon barrel-aged version, which I am a big fan of. So, good-looking beer, to the nose we go. Rich roasted malt. It's a molasses, a little bit of bittersweet chocolate. It's got a very pleasant aroma, rich sweetness to it. Not a lot of smoke on the nose. Smells very good. I mean, not getting any alcohol on the nose for a 10.2%er. Very well made beer, guys. It smells awesome. It really does. I'm a big fan of this series of beers from these guys. Very tasty. Let's dive in. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it on. It's time. To the, to the lips we go with it. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Mr. Buds. Thank you, sir. Very smooth for a 10.2%er. In my humble, honest opinion, the alcohol is fairly well hidden. If I'd had this beer 12, 15 years ago, I would probably say, oh, it's a little on the boozier side. But right now, with the monster beers that I've drank, not so much. It depends on where your palate is and what you're used to drinking, what you like to drink, will determine whether you think it's boozy or not. I mean, if you've never had wild turkey before and you jump into that instead of something with a little less ABV, it's probably going to be burning and boozy and all that. It depends on where your palate is and what you're used to drinking. I want to express that because, like I said, 10, 12 years ago, I may have found this fairly boozy. Right now, not so much. Very tasty, guys. Don't think it's world class. I don't think it's a 10 plus beer to me. I do think the bourbon barrel version is an awesome, outstanding world class beer. But I think this is a very, very well made beer. A great final beer of the evening for me. Look at the lacing that's left on the glass from the sip or two that I've taken off of it. A good beer to pick up. Pick up a 4-pack of these. Drink one fresh. Sell one for 2, 3 years. Sell one for 5, 7, 8 years. Or 10 years. And then 15 years. If you have that control, a lot of people say, oh, I can't sell our beer that long. I'll drink it. I'll put it away. I'll either put it in the closet or the cellar fridge downstairs and I don't see it. I don't think about it. It's out of sight, it's out of mind. I'm not worried about going down and getting it out. With the beers that are sent to me, I don't worry about that, guys. If it's something like this or a bourbon barrel version, I will put it in the closet or the cellar and fridge downstairs. And I forget about it. And I'll go back and, oh, that's been in there 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. So let's get it out and see what it's like now. So, especially if I have multiples, whether somebody sends me 2 of them, or if I have one that I purchased myself, or somebody else has sent it to me. I don't do verticals that much anymore because I'm limited on the beer intake that I can have, because these are high-calorie beers once you get to this magnitude of a beer and this style of beer. But it is a tasty beer. So let's sip on it and let it come up to room temperature, and we'll come back and see where it ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sitting on it for a while. Not a lot of lacing left on the glass. A little bit more when I was here earlier than now. Been sipping on it for a while. Roasted malt, molasses, little bit of bittersweet chocolate, maybe some dates, raisins, or plums in there. You have to look for them. They're not super prominent, but a well-made beer, guys. Alcohol is super well hidden for a 10.2%. Very enjoyable beer. I do like the bourbon barrel version of this better than this, but this is not claiming to be a bourbon barrel version of it. Very pleasant beer indeed to drink. I would buy this beer, guys. No doubt about it. Final joke. Very tasty. A very nice example of a Russian Imperial Stout. A- for me, guys. 94 is where I'm going to put this. Almost to the solid A category. And I may have reviewed this earlier for different years and thought it was probably either a 10 or a 9 beer at that time. Not so much right now with the beers that I have had, and the bourbon barrel version of this is a little tastier to me, just my opinion, than this one. But it is a very, very nice example of a Russian Imperial Stout, guys. It is very pleasant to drink. You say, oh my God, that's A beer. It's the best thing I've ever tasted. I would not argue with that. But I've had some that are tastier, especially the bourbon barrel version of this one. So, with that being said, let's jump over to Beer Advocate, see what they say. 4.16, exceptional. Wouldn't argue with that. That's their A- category also. And over to Untapped. Untapped has a 4.02, also in their A- range, and I'm giving it the top of the A- range. So it's unanimous. It's an A- beer, but it's pretty close. If you say it's an A beer or an A plus beer, I would not argue with that. It is pretty impressive beer. But I do like the bourbon barrel version a little better than this. So very tasty beer, guys. So if you've had the 2018 edition of the Narwhal Imperial Stout, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.